Hi, I'm Sarah here at Advanced Aesthetic. Today I'll be introducing to you our brand new CuppiEos by Oomnex. When you receive your Oomnex CuppiEos, you'll receive 3 different sizes of large cups, 3 sizes of medium cups, as well as 6 sizes of small cups. This will cover your needs for both face and body treatment. You'll also receive 3 separate sizes of metal rollers used for mainly body treatments and cellulite. Over here, what we have are 3 different types of medical grade silicone hoses to be used with your cups and rollers. You'll also receive a little bag with cotton filters. This is to be used on the internal filter of the system. You also have a reusable filter to be used on the external back port of your system. This is cleaned after every use. With your order, you also receive your power cord to power the system, and a little baggie with reusable sealing rings if you ever misplace any, as well as 2 separate fuses. So let's break down exactly what every cup and the metal rollers are for, as well as the hoses that work with them. So with your 3 larger sets of cups, including the largest size, a medium size, as well as a smaller size, are all going to be used with the small double hose. So you do have 2 different size double hoses. The smaller one is the one that is adaptable to the 3 largest cups. This is going to allow you to do simultaneous treatment of both sides of the buttocks, back of the legs, whatever treatment it is that you're doing. The benefit of this is that when you're doing the treatment, you're going to want to place cups on both sides simultaneously so that you create an even vacuum suction through both cups. Then, on the medium-sized cups, you'll be using the larger double hose. This one will also be used for the smaller facial cups. So what you'll do is attach both ends of the double hose to either side of the pair of cups. And what you'll do is you can work the underarms for targeted treatments, back of the legs, as well as the back, different areas like that you want to do, skin tightening, cellulite reduction, different treatments like that really. The benefit of the facial ones is that they do have these small little ports on them. What that's going to allow you to do is completely control the release of the vacuum suction, especially when you're working smaller areas such as the jawline, décolleté, underarms, anything like that. What you'll do is keep your finger placed to maintain vacuum. As soon as you're ready to release, let's say if you're doing the jawline, keep your finger, place it at the chin, work towards the periphery, release your finger to release that section, and that way it's pain-free and the best effect for your clients. With the metal rollers over here, you will be using the single vacuum hose. So this is just one end as well as the other end that connects directly to the system. When you're using these, you'll want to start with maybe a small to medium intensity vacuum. And these are best worked for different areas of the body depending on the size. So the larger ones are used primarily for the back of the legs, thighs, buttocks area. Medium one is best equipped for, let's say, more targeted contouring treatments such as the waist, your underarms, and then you do have the smallest size one. It's very gentle. This is going to be excellent for, again, that jowl, under chin area, décolleté, more targeted treatment. So you do have a wide range of treatment options so that you can customize it for each client. So before using your Oomnex CuppiEos, we have to make sure that the back is properly installed. So there's going to be 3 main things that you have to make sure that are ready to go on your system. First, grab your external filter. You're going to want to make sure that there are 2 small rubber sealants on both the top and bottom input. And then once those are secure and ready to go, you're going to find this input on the back with the 2 holes, and you're just going to secure it directly there. So you're just going to want to find it, press it, and then make sure that you do have the filter pushed all the way in. If it's halfway in, if the filter's upside down, it won't work for the system. So again, just make sure that it's propped the correct way, pushed all the way in. So the second point that you want to make sure you have ready to go on your Oomnex is going to be the silver input right here. This is where your hose comes out of and where the vacuum pulls in from. So you do want to make sure that that is protected. You're just going to want to unscrew the back of it. Grab your little cotton filters here, and you'll replace these probably after every use, maybe 2 uses depending on how long you use it for. Just make sure you take one out, place it. I've already got one in there. After you've got your cotton filter in, you'll just want to place the little spot, tighten it all the way, and place whatever hose it is that you want to use for the treatment. For this case, just to show you guys how we'll do it, I'll do it with one of the metal rollers once I'm ready to go. So you'll just take one end of the hose, find again that silver input, plug in your hose. You'll plug in your hose, and then the other end will attach to whatever attachment it is that you're using. So I'll put this to the side for now. Then you'll want to take your power cord. I've already got mine plugged in here. You'll take your power cord and make sure that this is plugged in securely to that bottom port right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead, plug that in, power your system on, and you're ready to go for your vacuum treatment. All right, now that I've got my system set up and ready to go, I'm gonna go ahead and take, for example, one of the large metal rollers, and I'm gonna connect the other end of the hose directly and securely onto that part. Like so. So you're ready to go to use your metal roller. Now, some important parts to note of your Oomnex system and how really to use it, best way to monitor your vacuum intensity, control it, all of that. We're gonna go step by step on everything on the system. So the most important thing to note is going to be your vacuum adjuster located directly on the top of the system. So this is where you're gonna control from minimum intensity section to maximum intensity section. Once you're ready to start going, this small knob on the front of your system has modes 1 through 6. Basically, the different modes are going to have different constant sections. So you have one that's more of a pulsive mode, such as mode 1. You do have a continuous mode, and then increases to larger spans of suction intensity. So it'll hold for about 5 to 6 seconds, release for 1 to 2, and so on and so forth. Now, another thing important to note is that on the front gauge right here, you can see exactly how much intensity vacuum you're using on your client to make sure that you're not going to, strong on your client or anything like that. But also it is important to keep communication open with them, talk to your client, see how the treatment feels, and do it based on that. All right, so once you have your CuppiEos setup ready to go, I'm going to show you how you can control the intensity, monitor it on the screen right here, as well as control the different modes and see exactly how your vacuum is working. So I've attached the medium piece here just to demonstrate quickly on my arm exactly how it works. So first you're going to want to make sure that you set your intensity. I've got mine just a little bit below medium because I am just going to be quickly demoing it on my arm. So to show you how the vacuum turns on, right now the system is not active with vacuum. To get it onto a continuous section, you're just going to want to turn it once, where you hear that click and you hear the vacuum activate. So if I touch this to my arm now, you can see on the gauge as it moves that I have vacuum active on my arm at the moment. I just pull off to release. To show you the different modes that we've got, turn it again, you'll hear that click once it changes to the different mode. So this will be mode 1. To know that your vacuum's working, that it's active, not only are you placing it to the skin and making sure that your gauge is moving, that little hand is moving there, but also the light is going to indicate that the vacuum's active. So when the vacuum is on, you'll feel it, the client will feel it, you'll hear it on the system, and that green light will blink on when the vacuum's working and off when the vacuum shuts off. So you'll know exactly how it's going. You'll be able to release once the light does turn off, so it makes it a lot more easy to control the system. So that's mode 1. We've got mode 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. As you can hear and you'll be able to feel, you'll place it, and the higher the mode is, the longer the suction will hold. So right now I've got it on mode 2. It's about a 4-second hold and a 1-second release. So now I'm going to demonstrate how to connect the double hose as well as connect the other 2 ends to whatever cup it is that you'll be using. So you'll take the back end, and again on that same port where we connected the single hose is where you'll plug in, again, the single end of your hose. So we'll just tuck that right in there. Once you've got that secure, and make sure it is plugged in all the way so that there's no vacuum releasing or anything like that, you're going to want to take the cups. For this one I'm going to demonstrate some of the smaller facial cups, and what you're going to do is you're just going to insert either end to the little connector on that cup. Alright, once you've got both of your cups connected onto the double hose, you'll see that on this cup specifically you do have 2 small holes where you'll control your vacuum section. So for this one, I do recommend using the continuous mode. So I'm going to power my machine on, and again, turn it 1 time to get that vacuum going. So what you'll want to do if you're using this on a client is typically you'll start towards the bottom and make sure you place those fingers on those holes to keep the vacuum going. So you'll start towards the chin area, work your way out towards the periphery, and again, when you're ready to release, you just lift your fingers and that'll break suction. These are the only cups that do have those small holes, but if you are going to use any of the other cups, you can easily break suction by moving the cup along and tucking your pinky or your thumb under the cup just to break that vacuum suction.